Well, the temperatures are cooling off, but the sun is still shining, and that makes for perfect football weather in the city of Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, a good one on tap as part of our John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Series, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And prior to last season, his team asked him to put everyone on his back and carry them to success, and he did exactly that. Now, at this point in his career, all he cares about is postseason success and finding a way to get his team to a Super Bowl.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
What a start here to the ball game. You get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
Allen going to throw. That's again complete to Palmer.
Allen's pass complete to Josh Palmer. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. Allen now looks to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Allen going to run with it. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Colt Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience, looked around, took his time before choosing his team, and boy, are they glad that he did, because he still has a lot of juice left despite being 41 years old. Finishing the top 10 in passing yards last season with nearly 4,000 yards and touchdowns as well with 28.
And he finds Austin complete.
Rodgers' pass complete to Calvin Austin. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. In motion goes the tight end. Shotgun now for Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Kenneth Gainwell. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
To throw is Rodgers. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
If I'm making excuses, and I am, sometimes the sun can be difficult on a ball like that. That looked like it was going to be right there, but it's in and out of his hands. And a potential big play goes by the wayside.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged out there, play shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Throwing now is Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Bills.
That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Only able to gain a couple there. And now 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, They had to punt it away, this time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They start the drive here with Gainwell. And he stops right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Short throw to Smith. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Complete to Austin here over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Running a jet sweep. This is Austin. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now run straight ahead with Warren to the 27-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 7. In motion right, that's Metcalf. On the give, it's Warren. Down right around the 25. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
A handoff for Warren. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down and 4. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Calvin Austin, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's Allen. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out, you can run wide receiver routes with him, you can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's Allen to throw it. Setting up the screen for Cook. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Allen. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
A gain of 12. First down, Bills.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. They'll set up the screen with Davis. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Give to Cook out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
To the air, Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Touchdown, Bills! Josh Palmer from 8 yards out. And the Bills take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. It took a pretty big risk right there, going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle on the play by Christian Benford.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Warren will try the right side. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. To throw, it's Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Motion man is Shakir. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These 2 teams all tied after 1. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Cook up the gut. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, but I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out into open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the 1st down.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Allen. Looking on the out route. He finds Shakir. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Bills 1st down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. That's out wide for Palmer. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a 2nd and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Allen going to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Prater's kick is good, and the Bills have taken the lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. Rodgers now to throw. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Open man is Skoranek. He's got it. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It's 3rd and 7.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Rodgers to throw once more. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 9 yards.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
6 yards there in the keeper at 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
They run behind center with Gainwell. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another Steelers first down. First and 10.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now Rodgers. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing now is Rodgers. A full left side, caught by the tight end flyer move. 23 yards, the final tally.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Throwing is Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Smith. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jonnu Smith from 6 yards away. And the Steelers have retaken the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that makes it 14-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bills offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing now is Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Give him 40 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Allen. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
The first down carry for Davis. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Bills passing game, getting him down the field. They've got another first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Allen off the play fake. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Allen now looks to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Prater's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And makes takes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Our game here, part of John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend, a remembrance that the NFL created a few years back to celebrate the connection between John Madden and Thanksgiving football. And, of course, Charles and I and all of us here at EA Sports hope you had a wonderful day on Thursday and you're settling in for some good football here this weekend. Looking to put a drive together. Now Rodgers. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Rodgers going to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken on the 25. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's 3rd and 10. Here's Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, Bills.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Throw left side. He's hauled in by Palmer. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Bills. First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. To throw, it's Allen. That's again complete to Palmer. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. And again, it's Allen. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And he'll go out of of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Khalil Shakir, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills have moved out in front. Now Prater to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was all polished off with a Khalil Shakir touchdown catch. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half. Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. Rodgers now to throw. To the right, and Skoranek is there. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
From the gun to give the game well. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up second down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Here's Rodgers. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And again, it's Rodgers. And it is caught. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Boston, the man in motion left. Throwing now is Rodgers. Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Now it's Rodgers. This is caught. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll run it. Warren. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Boswell for the extra point. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime.
Makes the score.
So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bills offense and running back James Cook heading onto the field. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Motion man is Shakir. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Allen going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Got Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Allen to throw once more. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To the air, Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with third and 1.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Allen from the gun on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good, and the Bills have come back to regain the lead. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Gonna look deep for Wilson. That's gonna be knocked away and incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A short one there with Freiermuth. go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Rodgers. This one deep for Wilson. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Here's one. And they work this near the 5. They'll be stopped at the 6. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
Throwing is Rodgers. Over the middle, it's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Gainwell is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Called a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. So this drive spans 7 plays. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
A 7-yard pickup. pickup.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 3. They run it again with Cook. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Allen now on the sneak. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and 10.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Allen going to keep it again. Now he's loose again. And down to the 28-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability, all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Here's 2nd and 7. And now they'll throw with Allen. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Allen. And we'll find the open man. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal, Buffalo.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Cook, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Allen. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. This Pittsburgh offense led by Calvin Austin running back out. 2 touchdowns to his credit so far. Charles, I'm curious, do these wide receivers, what do they go in with each week? Is it different week to week for the goals that they personally set for themselves, do you think?
I doubt that it's different from week to week. Maybe because of game plan, they know that one guy might be featured more than the other. But all in all, these guys are looking for 100 or more yards in receiving. But the biggest thing, getting into the end zone. And how about him? He's gotten there twice in this game.
He has indeed. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage. But he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 9. Rodgers going to throw. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
On the run, it's Warren. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Steelers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Steelers first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Steelers have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point.
They'll try and run it here.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good. That keeps
Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
does well now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now increase here as he's past the 30. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. Here's Cook again. And space tough to come by there as they get maybe a yard to the 37. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 3rd and 6. Now Allen. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, and go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Gregory Rousseau works his way in for the stop and the loss. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now Rodgers. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth.
Results in a fourth
But
down.
plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his
Think he got
rhythm is just
confused?
off?
I
He's
don't
got
know.
thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. You're down on the scoreboard, and this is not what you want to see. 99 yards of field in front of you.
And it just shows how important a good punter can be and how that person can really help out a team. Guarantee you his agent can be taking that video clip in on the next contract negotiation, don't you think?
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In his own end zone, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
They went to their big body tight end on 2nd down in hopes that he could plow his way to a 1st down. But they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
Throwing now is Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bills' 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the 1st down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Motion man is Shakir. Allen now looks to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. That's caught. It's Kenneth Gainwell. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Rodgers now to throw. And it's caught. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool. They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Steelers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point now by Boswell. He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
To throw, it's Allen. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now in Pittsburgh, the Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If he continues to throw these safe passes, who can blame him?
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 6. Here's Rodgers. That's caught. It's Austin left side. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
On play action, Rodgers. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's second and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
15 yards. That's another Steelers first down. First and 10
Well, normally you might say
11-yard
start running
line.
the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Calvin Austin from 10 yards out. And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Boswell for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. this out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Allen going to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Allen setting up the screen for Cook. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now Allen again. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. On the give, it's Warren. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. A handoff for Warren. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up of 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. Kyle Duggar there on the coverage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Allen has his man, it's Shakir. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Allen. He's able to get it to Coleman. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
On play action, Allen. That's completed right side to Palmer. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
It's a gain of
Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And with that pass, CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game. And even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read, heard about was the confidence he had that he could put up big numbers. Kudos to him for coming out here with that belief in himself and for making it happen.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Up the middle to Davis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going forward here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. No one left in the backfield as they send a man left. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills, touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting ready to go back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. A short one there to Fryermuth. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Going across the formation, he finds Fryermuth. And Fryermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he's up to the 47.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Warren will try the right side. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Rodgers going to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Roman Wilson, 54 yards. And the Steelers have made it a 3-score game now here in the fourth. He's got them out to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Allen. Throw left side to Kincaid. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
This will be caught downfield by Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The tight end in motion right. To throw, it's Allen. Open man, it's Palmer. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Allen now looks to throw. Touchdown! Dalton Kincaid. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills get a bit closer. It seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop him from all angles, This time the tight end gets him.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for two.
The Bills are lining up for a two-point conversion.
And he's going to get into the end zone for two. And they're back within two scores. Down 15 now.
Bills 43.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a run with Warren. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Warren. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They run behind center with Gainwell. And able to work his way down to the 16. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They toss it to Warren. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35. And now out come the Bills. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better, and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
Yeah, we'll see if they go back to base. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's into the hands of Coleman downfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Buffalo.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. One last shot at the end zone. And that would go right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.